Hey everybody, Shabbos is coming soon, and just something occurred to me. We're going into the Shabbos of crossing the sea, and just a moment ago I heard my wife's Torah on this. She was leading a session for My Jewish Learning, and I've taught about this parsha all week long, and it occurred to me that there's something I wasn't talking about, something that doesn't seem to be in the conversation, not in the text of the Torah, not even in the Midrash. Maybe in a children's book. I remember this one book called Shpeter as a child, about a child who gets left behind during the Exodus, who has to catch up, and from his vantage point, he gets to see all the things that took place. He got left behind because he fell asleep under a stack of hay, and no one noticed in the rush who was left behind. And I want to say something as we enter the waters. As we enter the waters of the sea, not knowing what's next, not knowing even how to imagine what's next, being chased to the very last moment of our exile, of our slavery, of our constriction, of our Meitzarim, our narrow waters. Let's make sure that we count everybody. Let's make sure that you look around, and as you make your way forward through the world, in our today moment, in our eternal moment, in our Torah moment, let's make sure that we don't leave anyone behind. Because it's so easy, because of how isolated we've become physically, to think that we are the only people in our world. And that's just not the way it is. There have been moments in the Torah where someone thinks they're the last one, or their family is the last family. And that always turns out to be wrong, even though the worry is understandable. So in a moment of reasonable worry, in a terrifyingly unstable world, that is where we are, that is regaining its center, one aching inch at a time. Let's make sure that as we enter the waters, like Nachshon did, singing and dancing like Miriam taught us, brave, unsure, hopeful, let's make sure that we look around way beyond the 4 cubits that you call home or your personal space to make sure that nobody gets left behind. That takes so many forms in today's world. That takes the form of being patient when it comes to the ordering of vaccines, but being adamant, being stubbornly determined that our most vulnerable family members and neighbors and citizens and residents are taken care of too. It means that we don't stop being kind to the people who've been taking care of us all of these months. It means that we show respect for our fellow people, not just people who look like you. It means that when we see the perpetuation of injustice that would hold some people back from their freedom and dignity, we call it out, because no one gets left behind on the path towards freedom. Not if it's true freedom. I am not free if my sister and brother aren't free. And my sister means everyone, and my brother means everyone. There is a pillar of fire ahead, and it is pointing the way. If you're unsure about it, call a friend. They can be that pillar of fire. There's a pillar of cloud in front of you showing you where to find God. If you're unsure where to find it, call a friend. And this is Shabbat Shirah. This is the Shabbat where we remember how to sing. May we be blessed, friends, to find our freedom as a whole community, as a whole human family, and remember not only how to sing, but that we've got the strength to sing together. May we be blessed by harmony sometime very, very soon. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.